Hey everyone, this is the first time you were ever seeing me doing a video. I've done a lot of audio work before, but this is the first time you're ever seeing me talk to you. And I guess I can throw the joke out that this is the first time that you're actually in my bedroom. No. So, I mentioned already in the post that this is a topic that I really dislike, and I hate talking about it because it involves a lot of different crap that I've mentioned before in posts regarding race and team ownership running business. So I decided to make a video about it because I can rant, and there are way more exciting things I want to write about than this stuff. So we will get that out of the way. So today we're going to talk about Donald Sterling. Now, if you have been living under a rock for the past month and a half or so, I'm just going to give you a rundown. So, Donald Sterling, he is actually way more well known than the average person would think. I did a lot of research on him, and apparently he's been an NBA owner since 1981, making him one of the longest tenured NBA owners ever. And a lot of sports enthusiasts do not like him, not just because of what happened a month and a half ago, but the fact that he is probably one of the worst owners to ever exist on the face of this planet. He was the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers, who I must admit, I forgot they existed for a long time. I think they only, in his 30 some odd years of owning the LA Clippers, they only had like 3, maybe 4 winning seasons with him as the owner. Even the coaches kind of noticed that he sucked, and I don't think there were any head coaches that lasted more than like 3 or 4 seasons. Of course, everything started turning up rather nicely within the past 6 or 7 years. A lot of new players came in. Doc Rivers became their coach in 2013. They have captains on the team like Blake Griffin and Chris Paul now. And they actually made an appearance in the playoffs this season. But of course, you can't, no good deed goes unpunished. So, April 25th, that was actually, I guess, a day that will live in infamy in Los Angeles Clippers history. Not like every other day was, really. Sorry. April 25th, there was a audio clip that was released by TMZ, the sports branch of TMZ, of him having a conversation with a female friend whose name escapes me. It's not important because it's not. Allegedly, she had a picture on Instagram of herself with Magic Johnson. The audio clip involved a lot of racial notes and saying, you've got a lot of black friends, and I don't, something like, I don't want them at my games, so on and so forth. I really don't like listening to the clip because it just sounds garbled and it sounds poorly edited. That got out, and of course, we're talking race. We're talking about race in sports, again, for the 9 billionth time, and everyone was up in arms. Now, I understand that, yes, race is a humongous issue. It always has been, it always will be, because regardless, no matter how you look at it, there's going to be inequality everywhere when there shouldn't be. Good versus evil. You need good, you need bad. So that happened, and 4 days later, NBA Commissioner Mr. Adam Silver, in the words of The Rock, he laid the smack down. Or was it layeth? Anyway, you get my point. God, I'm such a loser. He gave Donald Sterling a lifetime ban, also fining him $2.5 million. And when this happened, I think the internet almost exploded. I even went on Facebook saying, Adam Silver just kept the pin pan strong. leaving that big of an impact, especially the words lifetime ban and a huge fine like that, that's bound to make anybody shed some man tears. I think Bud Selig and Roger Goodell and whoever is the commissioner of the NHL, I forget his name. I'm not going to edit it and say, oh, it's this guy. I think they were kind of like, whoa, good for you, man. So along with the ban, on top of the lifetime ban and the $2.5 million fine, Adam Silver pretty much barred Sterling from any NBA-related game or facility. He was not allowed to show his face. A lot of different things were popping up about how Donald Sterling pretty much ran the team. Everybody knows he wasn't that good. He was frugal. You know, he even went so far as to heckling players because the Clippers just, again, they were non-existent. They were pretty much either an easy win or an oh my god, why didn't we beat this team kind of team. They were seriously, they were like the Bad News Bears, more or less, without Kelly Leak. Anyway, Sterling eventually went on to Anderson Cooper's show, Anderson Cooper 360, and talked about the lifetime ban, how he was fighting back pretty much, and he said he wasn't a racist. He said that his friend pretty much baited him into saying these racial slurs and comments, saying they were taken out of context. He was led into saying them. But then he went on and started talking about Magic Johnson again. And it was bad enough that Magic Johnson got offended by a lot of that, but guys like Shaq and Kobe and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, even with his Jeet Kune Do awesomeness, was like up in arms about this. I mean, for the love of God, Barack Obama got involved in this. You know, when Barack Obama gets involved, it's worse than Oprah trying to take over the world. Okay, maybe that was a little too harsh, I'm sorry, but you know, if Obama gets involved, things get real. Anyway, he went and talked about Magic Johnson again. He even mentioned him having HIV. Yes! Awesome job, Donald Sterling. Proud of you. Not. God, stupidity is awesome. So he talked about that, and Adam Silver showed his almighty face again and openly apologized to Magic Johnson, saying that the NBA doesn't see Magic Johnson or the HIV thing the way Donald Sterling does. It doesn't reflect the way the NBA thinks of it. So he wanted to make that point. And pretty much Donald Sterling was digging his own grave. Pretty much saying every stupid thing in the book that he could possibly say. In the meantime, the NBA was going to do something to the point where they were going to force the sale of the team. Now, at this point, they had already assigned an interim CEO to the team. It was former Time Warner CEO Richard Parsons. And this is the point where I'm like, Time Warner? Oh, that's a California thing. Never mind. So he's interim CEO. You know, they just want to get the whole Sterling thing out of the way. The LA Clippers even went so far as to wearing their warm-up outfits inside out before their playoff game, and they threw everything in the center of the court, kind of as a thing saying, you know, Donald Sterling is not a part of the Clippers, he is not who we are. You know, they were trying to make good, and the NBA and Adam Silver, they were trying to make good as well. So amid all of that, they were going to have a hearing Wednesday, June 3rd, which technically is today, because I edited the crap out of this video, evidently enough, where they were going to have a hearing whether they were going to force a sale. Now, one thing I didn't mention, Donald Sterling isn't the sole, or was not the sole owner of the LA Clippers. His wife, Shelly, also owns it. She's a co-owner. So she kind of took matters into her own hands, and she had agreed to sell the team to former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer for $2 billion. That's a lot of flipping money, guys. $2 billion. I will never make $2 billion in my life if I tried. So, and she has agreed to sell the team pending the NBA's approval. They completely dropped this hearing. Now, of course, she also said that, you know, since she's selling the team, that she's not going to sue the NBA for anything that they've done, nor will her husband, Donnie Boy. The next day, Donald Sterling is suing the NBA for $1 billion anyway. Let's all take a moment of silence for more stupidity.